Good morning, children. In the previous class, we discussed about the nomenclature of the elements with the atomic number greater than 100. Greater than 100 ಇರುವಂತ elements, atomic number greater than 100 ಇರುವಂತ elements ಯಾವ ತರ naming ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ previous class ಅಲ್ಲಿ discuss ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. In this class, we are going to be discussing about that is the classification of periodic table into blocks. That is classification of periodic table into blocks. Thus, the elements in the periodic table is going to be classified into mainly, that is 4 blocks. Mainly we are going to be classified into 4 blocks. That is the first one we call as a S block elements. The first one is S block elements. The second one is P block elements. Then third one is D block elements. The third one is D block elements, and the fourth one is A block elements. With the P, this is a separate chapters is there. That is block elements, some B block elements, separate chapters is there in our syllabus. That in detail we are going to be studying in that chapters. In detail again, now our chapter is study ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. In this chapter only mainly what is meant by S block elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, B block elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, D block elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, F block elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಈ ತರ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. First we will discuss about the first block of elements that we call as a S block elements. What is meant by S block elements? S block elements andre ಏನು? That is, these are the elements. These are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters to the S orbital of the valence shell. S orbital of the valence shell. That we call as a S block elements. S block elements andre ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇರಿಯಂಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ the general outer electronic configuration, that is the outer electronic configuration for the S block elements is, that is NS122. This about the outer electronic configuration. This is about the outer electronic configuration of the S block elements. This the group 1, we know that periodic table na ನಾವು 7 periods ಮತ್ತೆ 18 groups ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 1 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 2 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. ಎಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 1 and group 2. This group 2 elements belongs to the S block elements. Group 1 ಮತ್ತೆ group 2 elements S block elements ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In this group 1 elements ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ group 1 elements we called as a alkali metals. This we called as a alkali metals ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Then group 2 we called as a alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. This about the S block elements. S block now I gave the definition of S block elements and which groups present in this S block elements I said, and outer electronic configuration I said that. This is about the S block elements. That is the differentiating electron enters to the, that is the S orbital of the valence shell. That is about the definition of the S block elements. The outer electronic configuration is the NS122. NS1 is the outer electronic configuration for the group 1 elements, and NS2 is the outer electronic configuration for the, that is the group 2 elements. Group 2 elements. This is about the S block elements. The next we will discuss about the P block elements. That is P block elements. This also we can be defined as the element. These are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters to the P orbital of the valence shell. P orbital of the valence shell that we call as a p block elements. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ p ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. p ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ the outer electron configuration is that is n s2 that is np1 to 6. This about the outer electronic configuration for the p block elements. This p block elements contains that is group 13 to group 18 elements. Group 13 ಇಂದ group 18 elements ವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ p block elements ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. This we call as a p block elements. In this that is first one that is in this group 18 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು inert gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, rare gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Then also could be called as a noble gases. This we call as a noble gases. Why it is because this we call as inert gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ inert gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕೆ rare gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Inert means less reactive ಅಂದ್ರೆ low reactive ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ group 18 elements ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ is a low reactivity towards the other elements or compounds. ಬೇರೆ ಜೊತೆ ಬೇಗ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ? why it is not reacting? Because it is completely filled. ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬೆರಿಬೇಕಂತ ಬಂದಿವಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಡೈಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಮ್ಗೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಬೇಕನ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬಿದೆ, ದೆನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್. why it is going to be doesn't like to react with the other elements or compounds. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 18 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ that we called as a inert gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ inert gas. Why rare gases? Its abundance is that is it's going to be very less. The occurrence is very less. That's why it's called as a rare gases ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. This the ಏನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 18 ನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? that is rare, inert, rare, noble gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. that is group 18 elements na enanta karithi inert gases, or is also be called as a rare gases, or is also be called as a noble gases anta karithi. Ade group 17 elements, group 17 elements we call as a halogens anta karithi. This we call as a halogens because this group 17 elements are chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. This what happens? This element, the group 17 elements, it is going to be reacts with the metals. It is going to be reacts with the metal. At that time, it is going to be form a salts. It is going to be form a salts. That's why the group 17 elements we call as a halogens. The group 17 elements we call as a halogens. Then like this only group 16 elements. The next we are going to discussing about the group 16. Group 16 elements we call as a chalcogens. This we call as a chalcogens. Why it is called as a chalcogens? Because these elements are core forming elements. That's why it's called as a chalcogens. Means group 18 elements na inert, noble ಅಥವಾ rare gases ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Group 17 elements na halogens ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Group 16 elements na chalcogens ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Because of the low reactivity, it's called as inert gases. Because of the salt forming, that's why it's called as halogens. Because of the ore forming, it's called as a chalcogens. It's called as a chalcogens. In this, these are about the p block elements. ಇನ್ನು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ s ಮತ್ತೆ p block elements ನ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ s block ಆದರೆ s orbital of the valence, p ಆದರೆ p orbital of the valence ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ these d block elements ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ s ಮತ್ತೆ p block elements ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ನೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಮೇನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. Then now we are going to be discussing about the d block elements. What is meant by d block elements? That is these are the elements. These are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters to the that is penultimate shell of the d orbital. Penultimate shell of the d orbital, that we call as a d block elements. That we call as a d block elements. In this the outer electronic configuration for the d block elements is this. We can be written as, that is penultimate shell andre n minus 1, that is going to be represented by n minus 1, d that is 1 to 10, then n s that is 1 to 2. This about the outer, that is about the outer electronic configuration for the d block elements. That is about the outer electronic configuration for the d block elements. This d block elements is going to be includes from the group 3 to group 12. Group 3rd ಇಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ group 12 ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, that we call as a d block elements. That is d block elements also called as a transition elements ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ transition elements ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ? Because the metallic property gradually changes to non-metallic property from along the period. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ d block elements we call as a transition elements. That we call as a transition elements. d block elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The elements in which the differentiating electron enters to penultimate shell. That is the penultimate shell of the d orbital. Penultimate shell of the d orbital, that we call as a d block element. That is the outer electronic configuration is n minus 1, d 1 to 10, then n s 1 to 2. This we call as a d block elements. This group 3 to group 12 elements belongs to the d block elements. This we call as a transition elements. Why it is called as a transition elements? Because it is the metallic property is gradually changes to non-metallic property along the period. That's why it's called as a d block elements. The next we are going to be discussing about the f block elements. This we are going to be discussing about the f block elements. In this f block elements, the electronic configuration we are going to be written as, that is general electronic configuration is n minus 2, that is f 1 to 14, then n minus 1, d 0 to 1, then 1 s n s 2. This about the outer electronic configuration for the f block elements. Now I will define what is meant by f block elements. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೆದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಇದು n ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೆಲ್, n minus 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ penultimate shell, n minus 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ anti penultimate shell. Understand? In this the differentiating electron, these are the f block elements are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters to the anti-penultimate shell, the shell of the this f orbital, anti-penultimate shell of the F orbital, that we call as a F block elements, that we call as a F block elements. In this F block elements contains both actinoids and the lanthanoids. From the atomic number is going to be atomic number 58 to 71. Atomic number 58 to 71 that we called as a lanthanoids, that we called as a lanthanoids. Then atomic number 92, then 103 that we call as actinoids, that we call as actinoid. Then block elements we call as inner transition elements, that we call as inner transition elements correctly. This about the classification of periodic table into blocks. Once again we will recall this, that is the S block elements and the last electron enters to the S orbital of the valence. Then this is about the outer electronic configuration, general electronic configuration. Then the group 1 and group 2 belongs to the S block elements. In this P block elements means that is going to be the differentiating electron enters to the P orbital of the valence. P orbital of the valence. Then the group 13 to group 18 belongs to the P block elements. Then group 18 we call as inert gases, group 17 we call as halogens, group 16 we call as chalcogens. Then D block elements means these are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters to the penultimate shell of the d orbital. Penultimate shell of the d orbital, that we call as a D block elements. This group 3 to group 12 belongs to this block elements. Then in this also called as a transition elements. Yaki transition elements metallic property change agutte non metallic property agi along the period. Adakoska adanna ನಾವು transition elements ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. A block elements ಅಂತ this is about the electronic configuration or general electronic configuration for the block elements. Then definition is these are the elements in which the differentiating electron enters through the anti-penultimate shell of the F orbital, that we call as that is F block elements. This includes the atomic number 58 to 71 that we call as lanthanoids. The elements the atomic number that is 90 to 103 that we call as actinoids, that we call as actinoids. These two elements belongs to the F block elements. Then these F block elements also called as inner transition elements. Next we will discuss about that is the merits of long form of periodic table. That is about the next we are going to be discussing about the merits of long form of periodic table. ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಟೇಬಲ್, ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. The first one is it is easy to remember the position of the elements. It is easy to remember the position of the elements. Periodic table ನಮಗೆ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ನಾವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. It is easy to remember the position of the element and predict the properties. Properties predict ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. This is about one of the merit of the long form of the periodic table. Another one is it is based on that is elements arranged in the periodic table according to increasing order of the atomic number and the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration ಮತ್ತೆ atomic number base ಮೇಲೆ elements arrange ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then it is easy to know the period and the group. The group indicates the number of valence electrons. That is the number of valence electrons. Therefore, that is another merit of the long form of the periodic table. And another one is noble gases plays extreme right, indicating that completion of the S block and P block elements. And complete agi right ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it is going to be shows that is the completion of the S and P block elements. Then that is going to be periodic periodic table is going to be divided into S, P and D, F blocks. It's going to be divided into 4 blocks elements. This is about the merits of the long form of the periodic table. First, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಈಸಿ. ಇದರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ in the by using the periodic table. Then it is going to be the noble gases is going to place extremely right in the periodic table. That indicates that the completion of the S and P block elements, and the periodic table is going to be divided into 4 blocks, that is S, P, D and F. This about the merits of the long form of the periodic table. The next class will discuss about some of the terms whatever we are going to be used in the periodic table. That is what is screening effect or atomic size, then atomic number, what is meant by this. Now we are going to be effective nuclear charge. This is not we are going to be discussing in the next class.